Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading for October 2020. This of course is for Aquarius Sun, Moon, or Rising. You could have planets in the sign of Aquarius. You may be in love with an Aquarius, whether it be romantically or maybe a family member. I know many of you were just intuitively guided to the channel. Something grabbed your attention and you thought, why not? You know, whatever brought you to the reading, just trust that it was your guidance, right? Which your intuition, which many times is connected to your guides. So I trust in my guides that they bring in exactly who needs to hear the reading. So, oh, like I had a bug in my hair there for a second. That would not be good. Anyway, guys, welcome. We're going to start with the major arcanas, right? We'll take a couple with these, 3. I shoot for 3, but whatever comes out, we'll take. And then we'll add in some other decks. It's kind of like the meat and potatoes, right? We're going to dig in. So, be ready. You know, if you're looking for a quick little reading, I'm not your gal. I would hope you give me a shot anyway, but, you know, if that's what you need, then, yeah, chances are I'm not her. But why are we getting negative? Let's stay positive. I feel like everyone who's here is meant to be here. And I've been saying lately, you know, if you spend, let's say, 20 minutes into a reading, spend another 20 also, because many times the story's developing in front of us. So we need to know the story so then we can see where the issues are, right? And then when we find the issues, we want a solution. So that takes time, right? It takes time to really dig in and get true answers. So, I don't know. I feel like if you commit 20 minutes, you might as well commit the other, unless you absolutely know, like, no, this is not for me. Then that's another thing. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Do you know that the peacock represents Aquarius, or Aquarius represents the peacock, however you want to look at that? The devil and the emperor just popped out. We're not taking these yet, but we'll keep that in mind. Yeah, the peacock. So, you know, what it makes me think of when I think of the peacock is, you know, when they spread their wings, the show they're putting on, and how memorizing it is, right? It's beautiful. So, find yourself in that, right? Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, and we're going to ask for 3 cards. This is a time where you just want to calm your mind. Feel free to talk to your guides, ask them for signs of confirmation. You know, letters, numbers, names, whatever it may be. Subject, topic, subject of topic. Why does that feel backwards to me? All right, we're going to begin. All right, they're on reverse, so we're going to turn them. We have the devil, so the devil made it back out. Card of Capricorn. We have Temperance, card of Sagittarius. Interesting. Kind of opposite energies. Yeah. We have the Star, card of Aquarius. So it's almost like we have, like, Temperance is acting like a time period in between, you know, maybe your fun times, your good times, you're out drinking, staying out late, you know, like having fun. But perhaps that fun affected different areas of your life, right? But you'd have to say it was still fun. I feel like now we move into almost like we're maturing, right? But this can be of any age, and it doesn't have to be about partying. It just feels like a change of this way, um, and moving into a, you know, I want to say a much more abundant time, number one. Why? Because number one, or number two, I feel like you can really put your focus upon it. So there can be like a change of perspective, and all of a sudden you start putting your focus on this, you know, maybe time with temperance in between, you know, the timing may be right, the right opportunity may present itself. But it does kind of feel like a change of energy is part of that. Maybe that's what's asked for to receive really what it is you want. And remember, this is about, you know, big things happening in your life. They can start from the smallest of seeds, right? It can be that small seed of intention that all of a sudden, you know, something in you starts to think about, like thinking about life in a different way, thinking about it perhaps spiritually, but also materially, like, you know, almost in the maturing, but it feels like on a different level. Anyway, we have the Strength card. So you guys, normally I don't read these as people, not the major arcanas, not in this spread, but, you know, we'll still mention them. There's Capricorn with Sagittarius, with Aquarius, and with Leo. So we have 2 fire, 1 air, 1 earth. What are we missing? Cup. However, she's, you know, the angel in this card has 2 cups in her hands. And definitely, right, mixing the potion, so to speak. Whatever it is, it's blessed. So I feel like whatever is changing here, and again, it feels more about within you, where it's kind of putting you on a path of actively wanting to manifest something. You know, yet again, there's some reason I'm feeling this energy of, you know, but it does require this sacrifice. And, you know, the sacrifice may feel big, but I feel like in the realm of things, like it's like minute. It becomes minute. Like, but maybe it feels big right now. Anyway, temperance comes as the time. You know, her message is about patience. Having patience, allowing things to develop the way they're meant to develop. Let's not skip steps. You know what I mean? Because then if we do, our foundation is weaker. And when I feel like when temperance is involved, it's all about a very strong, solid foundation. It's important. And the foundation can be, in other words, your journey, your journeys, right? And how you arrived where you are, right where you are today, and who you are today. You know, we may not think about that, but the truth of the matter is it feels like that's what it's all about. Okay. So we took 4, which is also your number, 4, Aquarius. 4s make you feel good, make you feel solid, make you feel safe in a way. even strong. I don't know. I just feel like 4 is your number, and the 4 cards seem important that they came as 4. Alright. Curious to get into this. We have the 3 of Swords. You know, I feel like for a few, what this is, it's, you know, it's like whatever it personally is, it's like life's crap. Just the crap, right? Just the crap of life type of pain, you know, like, ugh, the this and the that. And, you know what I mean? It's just like, kind of like the, I've just had enough, but almost a surrendering into it instead of, you know, I just feel like in it, like, ugh, it is what it is. I shouldn't laugh, but Temperance is right next to that, so I know that's just that alone is just a time period, you know, and it's a certain experience you're going through of, you know, heaviness, of heartache for some, you know, but I can tell you what it feels like to me. You know, just be careful that you don't become the victim in this energy. Even if you are the victim, so to speak, I feel like what it's talking about is the victim where I play the victim. You know what I mean? Like, because I have to be real with myself here. And it's almost like Temperance is waiting for that. That may be the missing ingredient, you know, of truly what all your dreams are. So, you know, whether, you know, the bottom line is, it feels like what my pain, because of my pain, it's pulling me into darker energy. And it feels darker than me. Almost like, I don't know. But I don't feel like I have to be, like, if I could pull myself into, you know, the light and the dark, let's say, you know, the light would never give up, right? The light will continue to look for you, to find you, where the dark will succumb to it. Chances are, right? But the light is here. So it's like if the dark can remember that that light will never give up, then it will start seeking it. You know, it's strange how I'm explaining it. But I feel like for someone, you're going to get it. Okay, let's keep going. You know, nonetheless, the pain is here. Some of you may be completely tied to a Capricorn. Some of you, it's karmic. You know, that kind of means a lesson. You know, karmic is really about what you've done to another, you then experience in some way, some form. That can be lifetimes from now, or that can be, you know, the very next relationship. You know, it reminds me, real quick, I'm going to just tell you a story because it's what popped in my head. When I got divorced, you know, my ex-husband, this was way back. This was like, I got divorced in '86. He was cheating in the end, and, you know, the thing was, though, like, the woman he was cheating on, or cheating with, he truly was in love with, and, you know, they were in love. So, but that, you know, by then, it didn't even matter to me because he had cheated on me enough times where, like, my heart wasn't really there, but you still feel that pain. But anyway, the karma of it was, so, you know, go. type thing. So they got together, they got married, and then she turned out to be exactly like he was with me. It was the strangest thing because, I forgave him, and, we I mean, we had our issues, don't get me wrong, but back in that time, we supported each other. Probably because, the romantic energy was gone. But it was just, and I never said that to him, and he just stood back, and I was like, wow, like that is, I don't even know if they called it karma back then, but I realized what it was. I realized it was exactly what he did to me was done to him. And he fell apart. I didn't fall apart. So, I don't know. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups. We have the Four of Cups. That is both the Seven and Four of Cups, I feel like, are more of the kind of like, if I was going to put our energy in a light and a dark, right at 50% kind of thing, 50-50 or whatever. If you know what I mean, then I feel like I'm in the dark percentage here. We have the Six of Pentacles. Look at that. The Six of Pentacles coming right under Temperance. So what's one of Temperance's request for you? Before, because what's her message is patience, mainly patience, but it's also divine timing, divine order. So if it's divine order, then chances are I need to be at a certain place within myself also. But what I feel like over here, I feel like a real sense of almost kind of like just giving up, right? Just doing the day to day. You know what I mean? Like mindlessly doing things. I feel like what it's saying is opportunities arise, and they may arise by the plentiful, but because of certain people's energy, your energy, it's kind of like you can't see them for what they truly are. You know what I mean? Man, I wish you could be inside my head so you could see it like I see it. So what this is telling me then, this Three of Swords is having a major influence, if nothing else, in your decision making, in your ability to see the possibilities of certain things versus maybe your head goes right to the negative, instead of the what could be kind of energy. What it also is telling me with the Six of Pentacles here is that you're in a time period where you're truly learning about, which makes sense with the Three of Swords here, you're truly learning about empathy and compassion. And really, when I just think about that all of a sudden, it's like, aren't we all? Aren't we all in this time? But Temperance seems to be the controller of that, of when the perfect time is, right? And what she's looking for, she's looking for you to be compassionate and empathetic. Now, this doesn't mean be stupid, right? This doesn't mean be foolish. You know what I mean? I think it comes from a certain type of energy. It's a very balanced energy. It's a very solid energy. So, you know, I feel the difference because over here I feel like, man, I don't know, like there's a smoke haze in front of me, and therefore I can't really see what I could see because somehow I feel like I'm the one who's responsible for the, you know, what's ever blocking my view. Look at this, we have the Empress. So, you know, she's a very strong energy. She's a very confident energy. And she's confident because, you know, no one can pull a wool over her eyes. But, you know, she's someone who doesn't hold grudges. She's someone who, you know, maybe if someone angry comes in front of her, she can see through that anger and see that it's really coming from sadness. You know, I feel like the Empress has tremendous abilities, and the reason why is because of the life that she's led, the journeys, you know, each journey and what she's learned, and she's very wise, right? And her creativity is like her outlet, or it should be. You know, if you get stuck, that's what you want to think about. Like, what am I creative with? Why? Because, you know, it takes your focus off of like the mundane things, the things that don't work, and it puts your focus on something of creation. And it's amazing how at that time you'll get like epiphanies. I'm telling you, you'll get ideas that come to you. And listen, over here, I'm not going to pay attention to them, right? I don't pay attention to them. And maybe, you know, all of a sudden I feel like this reading is like from way back. And like I have to tell my younger self that, right? I don't know. It's weird how the feeling I just got. Like all of a sudden I went like to a past life. And maybe that was because of the wisdom, you know, of like walking these shoes before, learning, gaining, right? When you become the Empress, really, no one can pull the wool over your eyes. And this is all about her dream. So as you manifest it, you become the Empress. And you're manifesting from that energy. Wow. I mean, really, I want you to think about that. Like when you are in your strongest form and you go after something, you know, it's that saying that I keep hearing, you know, whatever it is you desires you also. Almost like it was written, it's waiting, right? But Temperance is like, but wait a minute, wait a minute. You know, we know what you want. We even know what you'd be great at, right? However, you know, over here it's like whatever signs were sent were ignored because they stayed in the energy in the Three of Swords. Now maybe you deserve it. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is that pulled you there, it, you know, we each mourn things differently. So we have to be real with ourselves, I think. Anyway, and I'm saying that because the Empress is here. And I feel like the Empress is the majority of you watching this reading. I mean, we go from the 6 to the 3, so she's half of the 6. So let's say this is 2 people. It's like each of them having to do their part, right? but it may be a singular thing. Okay. We have the Eight of Pentacles. You know, it's really interesting how I have... Why do I have the Three of Swords up there? Interesting. I feel like I gotta leave it there. Should be down here, but it's up there. You guys are probably like, what is wrong with you, Sandy? I don't know. I don't know. Alright. So, the Eight of Pentacles. This is about whatever you focus, you're going to grow. And it asks for your focus. It almost demands your focus. But if you do it, and I feel like in this energy, in the Eight of Pentacles energy, you want to do it. Why? Because this is you building something solid. Even if you're starting from scratch. You know, because this is the energy of willing to go into something, even if you're not like the best at it yet, you know? Sometimes we want to be the best at something, but we're just not the best at something yet. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean we can't be, right? The Empress is right here, and I feel like this the Empress is just learning and learning, and like learning never ends, but the type of reward, I feel like it kind of changes your life. You start to realize like what's important, what's not important. Anyway, this is the ability to go in as the apprentice and become the master. Become the master. You move into the Nine of Pentacles, which is all about success, right? But we had to start at the Eight. We had to focus. And that can be anything, but it's coming from you. And I feel like, you know, that can mean original idea. Doesn't necessarily have to mean I'm working with my hands. I feel like some of you are. We have the Six of Cups. We have Temperance again. We have double Sagittarius on the board. You know, I'm wondering some of you are torn about someone that you probably loved, but clearly has hurt you in the past. And I feel like you're torn. You're at least, let's put it this way, you're at least making it an option, so to speak, in your mind. I feel like someone may be moving slowly, very slowly, slower than another really wants. Look at this, we have the Four of Wands. So this is about making a commitment, making a true commitment, right? And Temperance seems to jump in front of the commitment, and she jumps in front of your dreams, your wishes. You know, she's putting a time period on it. And so what does that mean? She's waiting for things to be right. When things are right, right? Attached to the Six of Pentacles, she's waiting for experience and wisdom from both, right? Maybe the Three of Swords, waiting for that energy to subside. And for some of you, I feel like it's waiting for you to think about you and create. And whatever that means to you, but create. So what I feel like that's saying is this commitment, wherever it's coming from, is here. It stands. It's coming from Temperance, right? We have the Empress up here, and I definitely feel like it's a measure of, when I reach Empress, the Empress status, and I feel like we're always the Empress. It's just when we get to that point. Look at that. We have the Eight of Swords. We have Judgment. We have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, I feel like you've done this before. And we have Strength card again. Double Leo. Leo, Sagittarius. First of all, when Judgment shows up, Judgment is the time. Temperance has been holding the time, making the time perfect, so patience was needed, right? Judgment comes in, the time is now, right? It's a call to attention. It's a rebirth. It's your ancestors, it's time, I feel like. For some of you, it's time to start creating. And know that you already have what it is, and what you don't know, you'll learn. I definitely feel like you'll learn, focus on it, and you're going to grow it. Believe in yourself, because here's a little bit of doubt down here. Some of you are doubting if now is the time, and, is right this moment the time? Well, I feel like not necessarily, but it's saying it's time to prepare. Start to really think about it, focus more on it. Put pen to paper and then move into action, that type of thing. And I think it's going to be different things for different people. But I see that. And I also see someone being a little worried about recommitting to someone. I definitely see that. I feel the potential, especially with both having a Strength card. I feel like the potential of change is here. But, what does it require? It requires both coming to the table together with the same, let's say values or commitment. This means, it's right in the middle of the spread, by the way, the Four of Wands. So it is the commitment card. It is the marriage card. I don't often think it's just a marriage card, but it's making a commitment. It's two people making a commitment. And Temperance is kind of, here Temperance is to the side, and here Temperance is facing me. So, with Strength underneath that. So I feel like what it's saying is, for some of you, you're starting to overcome things that have kind of held you down, held you back, type of thing. You're progressing. I feel like, the only thing you got to be careful is, are you basing your thoughts, your ideas, your choices? Are you seeing them all? Are you seeing them for what they are? Four of Cups over here, are you missing something? Don't give up that your opportunity doesn't lie ahead. I feel like whoever, right? Because a lot of it we're creating ourselves. Like, we have what it takes. All right, someone is fearing commitment. Maybe fearing it's coming too soon. But the Nine of Wands down here gives me a sense of comfort of, I've done this before. It's my wisdom that got me to this point. With the Six of Cups above that, right? This is thinking happy thoughts, happy memories of someone. It's an energy I feel protected by Archangel Michael. Doesn't mean there's two sweet little angels in this. It means, you have that protection. You know, I feel for some of you, you just have to, you know, you got to trust in yourself when it comes to making decisions. We have the Four of Pentacles right below the Four of Wands, 4-4. Again, your number. Princess of Swords. You know, I don't know if someone's worried about speaking out, speaking their truth. But I feel like it's saying, you know, this is the time. Let's get our last card out. Your reading is going to be long, I can tell. Okay, I'm going to take that one. We have the Princess of Pentacles. So this is something coming into your physical world. It's another energy of patience. We have the High Priestess, which is beautiful. And then we have the Princess of Wands. So I feel like what this is saying is you'll feel when it's time to move forward. You're going to start feeling, you know, you're feeling in your gut what it is I'm talking about, or you will be. Something is going to inspire you, and I feel like when that inspiration comes, I do feel you're moving on it. I really do. You know, the only thing I want to say is be careful here that your head doesn't talk you out of it, because it could. In some way, you know, old fears might rise back up. You know, push them back down. I feel like the energy of you're doing something again. And for some of you, I feel like this is past life, and this is kind of wisdom that you pull on. Okay, let's bring the clarifiers out. Because I feel like this reading is, I don't want it to be too long. But I feel like we have a lot of cards. You know, some of you may have left a company, left the home, or have left the company, moved it, and started from your home a business. You're thinking about it. I feel like now is the time. I felt that for a while. You know, whether right or wrong, people are starting to get out more. So, you know, when you have people at home, it'd be a good time if you're thinking of doing anything online. I feel like this time period that a lot of us spend at home, we've learned some things, and I feel like there's a lot of people who are going to be starting their own businesses who, you know, in a way, you're going to become self-efficient. And it may not even have to do with anything in what you were doing. You know, maybe it's like when I picked up tarot. Of course, I was nervous in the beginning, but then it just felt natural to me. Okay. We have the Princess of Wands again, coming over Temperance. There's Four of Wands again, coming over the Star. Two of Wands. So giving myself time to overcome what I need to overcome, and then focusing maybe on something else. I feel like that's the perfect way to go here. I don't feel like you can go wrong here, because I feel like you do have the opportunity. You're learning how to overcome something, and I can see that it had an effect on you. But I feel like it's something within you now. Your passion. It's kind of like this is what the universe has been waiting for. Things seem to change. And I do feel like for some, like a partner in crime. And I don't mean like literally crime, but I feel partner in crime We have the Magician coming over the Seven of Cups. I feel like this is making a decision. There's the Empress. Beautiful. And then we have the King of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Potentially. We do have a lot of Sagittarius on board, I have to say. I feel like this Princess of Wands, so to speak, this may have been when I felt like I was being given a flashback. Could have been, and this is the Empress is now who you are now. Because I feel like this king remembers you here, but sees you here. Oh. I feel in a pleasant way. We have the Tower, which is affecting the Empress and her wishes. And part of her wishes were a commitment. You know, something happened with the commitment. It feels like it came perhaps unexpectedly to this Empress. And I do feel you're more the Empress here. Some of you may be in the energy of the King of Wands. But nonetheless, I feel like there is someone who felt like, you know, maybe you're with someone you felt like it was going to be for life. And you thought that they did too. And I don't know. I don't know what happened, but let's just say the Tower happened and kind of put a damper on that, right? Put a damper on that commitment. Seems to have split that commitment. Look at that, the Death card, put an end to it. Card of Scorpio. The Hangman. And the Eight of Swords. Interesting. I feel like we're going into some love stories here. I feel like we got to mix work. We got to mix a lot of things here. But I feel like now we're talking a little bit of love, because I feel like we have a prior couple. I feel like there was a commitment. I feel like both were in that commitment. I feel like it feels like to me the Empress is somewhat surprised when this king decides to put an end in however that came, but it definitely hurt. It definitely hurt, and I feel like that was then, and I feel like now what's attached to the Empress is the Eight of Swords, so, you know, I build an armor around myself. Maybe I've become too strong. Maybe not. But Temperance, again, you know, is kind of directing that, right? This is divine energy coming over your worry. Okay, because your worry is putting a hold to it, right? So here, there's an end at the, you know, this is the end of a relationship back here. But now we come to present moment, I feel like maybe someone's presenting that to me, but immediately I'm, you know, like, whoa. And I could pinpoint that the reason it would be somewhat, you know, an armor you build around you. You know, why? Because you don't want to feel like this again. You don't want to get your heart broken again. It's clear. It makes sense. But nonetheless, you know, I feel like, you know, two different times. Okay, let's keep going. So now you have the Eight of Swords on both sides of this Four of Wands, this commitment. So, you know, there may be fear on both sides. But people may have a little bit of fear. But that doesn't mean that they don't want it. They're just afraid of it. Well, somebody just shot a gun. Okay, it's way too many cars. Somebody just shot a gun. Weird. Not the first time, but because I live somewhat out in the country. Someone thought I had a Baltimore accent, and close. I'm in Western Pennsylvania. You know, but I lived half my life in Rhode Island, so I don't know. It's probably all mixed up. Okay. Card, please. We have the Five of Swords. We have Justice. There could have been a divorce. Can talk about karma with the Five of Pentacles, which makes sense. And look at this, we have Six of Cups again. Almost like not giving up. You know, a Five of Swords coming over that Four of Wands, but also Six of Pentacles. You know, this is this is each thinking it's them who's been hurt, so to speak. But yet, really what the Five of Swords talks about is part of what happened is because, you know, I hate to say it because I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but I feel like you accepted it in some way. They accepted it in some way. This is the energy about wanting to put the toxin behind you, right? Wanting to erase it, forget about it. Justice, though, for some, I feel like it's probably a divorce because it's connected to the marriage card. Or maybe you're afraid of that. But I do feel like more it's divorce, or it's at least a severing of the connection. And then you move into the Five of Pentacles energy, which seems like a bad, sad type of energy. And it is, it's an uncomfortable energy. It has a death card right above it, so it's almost like I didn't have a choice in the matter. But really, it turns out to be my blessing. But I mean, I feel it at that moment. So the Five of Pentacles is moving you into a much more like-minded time period where you meet people who get you, where you get, who motivate you and you motivate them. It's just a much more, I want to say kind of splendid type of way, but really what it is, it's like more of a creative way. This could be mentors, but I feel like they're helping you also. So know that, you know, just know that. I feel like you're being watched over, even though, you know, for some of you, you may have taken a financial hit. But I feel like still you're being watched over, and it may talk about, you know, your creativity and what are you putting into it. You know, what are you putting into? Some of it may be an end to one thing, and it's saying, get creative, do something different. Excuse me, I needed a drink. But then we have Six of Cups again. So it's almost like I say no, but then it comes back to me again. I have the Eight of Cups. 8 and 8. We had 4 and 4. 4 and 4, 8 and 8. Half. 44, half of 88. Interesting. Well, hello, lovers. Coming over the connection, but also coming over the fear of the connection. Wow. Why? Because I don't want it to happen the same way. This could be talking about someone new, but what you're doing is pulling yourself back into old energy and just assuming that new energy is going to be the same way, because that's what I kind of feel like. But boy. I want to see what comes next to the Lovers. Card of Gemini, by the way. with the Eight of Pentacles again. Coming over the Queen of Swords, the Princess of Swords and the Prince of Pentacles, who again talks about patience, but talks about something that's coming to your physical world. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles over that. And this is just saying, you know, where I put my focus, that's what's going to grow. And I feel like it's almost a guarantee. And perhaps it's just something that you're meant to be. Now, this Lovers is attached to that. We have the Nine of Swords, more fear. The Seven of Swords. So what's the fear about? Some type of trust, right? Some type of trust. And I feel like really what it is I don't want to go back to where I was, right? The Five of Pentacles, again, with the Tower above there. It's like your hand is forced. Bam, it puts an end to something. For many of you, I feel it's a relationship. Some of you, it's a job. And it does a number on you, no doubt. But bottom line is, it's about the energy you move into, if you're willing, if you're able. And that is the Empress. And, you know, again, no one pulls the wool over her eyes. She's learned valuable lessons through what she's been through. Some of you, either you've been through karmic lessons or you've seen it firsthand like I have. I feel like I said that because I feel some of you have also seen it, or you may now just think of it and be like, "Ah, oh, now I get it." We're going to experience what we cause and effect. So this is why the more we can come from light, Six of Pentacles type of energy, compassionate, empathetic type of energy, but strong. Strong in ourselves, then that's the more benefit we're going to have. However that shows up, not everybody wants money. Some people want peace of mind. Some people want adventure. So to each their own is what I say. But I think I'm going to leave you reading there because I think it comes down to, you know, what you decide to do here, where you decide to put your focus. I'm just looking to see if there's anything that I've missed. I feel like I have to take one more after this because it kind of leaves us in a negative way. Like, you know, it's showing us what some of this blockage is, and it's fear. Or I should say trust, is what I meant to say. But know that you can trust yourself. You know, if your fear is, how do I know that somebody won't screw me again? Well, if it's like anything that you can do yourself versus them, then do it yourself if you can. That way, you'll know you won't get screwed. I don't know. I don't know what that's for. I almost feel like it's for a plumber. Anyway. We have the Six of Wands, which is Three of Cups, which is the energy of victory. We have the Three of Pentacles. Look at this, 3 and 3. And we have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles, at least at this energy, when I'm looking at something, it's how am I looking at it? I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, do I want it in my world? Not like, oh my God, is it going to hurt me? You know, I'm not coming from that energy. I'm coming with, I kind of like my life the way it is. Do I want to include it? Do I want to be part of it? That type of energy. But it's the energy where it says joy is here, right? Because the victory is here. So for some of you, this is about love. It's about connection. And I feel like one of the ways where I can help guarantee myself is by depending on what type of energy I come to the table with, right? Am I being the Six of Pentacles energy? Am I being strong, solid within myself? Strong doesn't mean I'm being mean. It means, doesn't mean that I'm not bendable. I mean, you know, I'm open, but I'm not gullible type of energy. So it all seems important to you for this month. And, you know, I'm just saying this month, but whatever it is for you. All right, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. I just feel like it's just as far as I can take it. And man, there's a lot of cards out here, but it's funny how the angle I put them in. For some of you, just the way you write, maybe, with a left angle. I don't know. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being part of my channel. And just thank you for your support in any way you do it. Watching commercials, doing donations, the likes, shares, the comments, the subscribes. Thank you. Just thank you. Thank you for being part of my channel. Thank you for letting me read the way that I like to read. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.